Hey CQ Nation, Joel Green here, and welcome to this edition of the vlog. Alright, so you are with me here in the city of Portland. I'm right outside the airport right now. I landed yesterday, and I have the answer to the riddle is where has all of California's water gone? The answer? It's unofficial, but it is true. In Portland. I'm not kidding. I left 75-degree weather yesterday. Beautiful. I mean, I left in the morning time and it was beautiful. Not a single cloud in the sky, which, you know, that's obviously a problem right now for Californians. But it was beautiful, and I land here and it's pouring. And as I record this, I'm looking outside and yep, sure enough, it's still raining right here in Portland almost 24 hours later. And I'm told it's supposed to rain for the next couple days that we're here. So anyways, it is crazy. Yesterday, one of my brothers lives up here in Portland, and I went to see him last night, and he was telling me, he says, man, this time of year, you know, for the next couple months, everywhere you walk on grass, it's like, it's just full of water. And I'm like, dude, do you have any idea what you're saying? Like, in California, we're starving for water, and you're complaining about it having too much water. So he says we can take it all. Did you hear that? Unofficial, all the water is here in Portland. All right, so recently I asked you guys to post on Facebook, or I put it out there to, hey, what are some questions that you have for me? So I'm going to read a couple questions and give some shout outs to a few of you that actually posted on this. All right, so let's see. Let me start off with Mia Sherbert, I believe. I hope I'm saying the last name correctly. Where's the furthest place the show has gone to satisfy our curiosity? That's a great question. It's a tie between 3 different places so far. Seriously, because distance traveled, it really is. The furthest place, I guess, by mileage would have to be Maine. We went up there to do Tom's of Maine toothpaste, Vic Firth drumsticks, and so by pure distance, it would have to be Maine. However, travel, like to get to the places, Alaska was pretty challenging because we couldn't just fly into Alaska. We had to go into Seattle, which took another trip down into Juneau, Alaska, and then we've been to the Florida Keys. So if you look at a map, we've been to all, you know, Southern California, Alaska, Washington, state of Washington, Maine. I know this isn't an exact map, but anyhow, we've been to all 4 corners. The only place we haven't been yet is Hawaii. So, dropping some hints there for those of you that want to send us to Hawaii or be curious about something in Hawaii. Here we go. Let's see. Melissa Fernandez, my 4-year-old son asked, when you were little, what did you want to do when you grew up? His curiosity is growing. As for him, he loved the firefighter show and wants to be a firefighter. Wow. That makes, oh my God, my goodness, I get this like warm feeling when we inspire somebody. That is part of why I exist. I mean, I truly believe that. I want to give that inspiration, and you can't just force it. It just happens or it doesn't. You know what I mean? So that is awesome that he's inspired by that show, and I hope he keeps looking into it. I mean, 4 years old, got a long ways to go, and this is where it starts. You know, for me, I was very early on. I want to say it was probably 3rd or 4th grade when I got up in front of an audience. The first time I got up on stage, it was 3rd grade. I got up on stage and I had to give not really a speech, but kind of a fun presentation. And I just remember everybody laughing and I had people, I affected people. I made them feel something, and it wasn't bad. It was good. And I had that like, oh, that was fun. And then as I went through school, it was in 10th grade. When the bug hit me, I got to perform in a high school. It was like I was a director, so I got to get up and like pretend, you know, point and act like I knew what I was doing, and I wasn't yelling at people, but I was like mimicking and saying like that, and it made people laugh, and I remember like, whoa, that was fun. And then the very next year, I auditioned for the Disneyland Afternoon Parades, and while I was a cowboy my first year. I was 16 years old, and then 17 years old, I did a caveman in the Afternoon Parades at Disneyland, and I'll never forget. When I was 16, it was probably 2 weeks into the parade, and you know, I'm doing my thing, and all the kids are smiling, and the family's lit up, and they're just watching and loving this parade. And I remember thinking, man, if I can do this for a living, if I can have any dream job, it would be to entertain like I'm doing right now. Back then, I was thinking that as I was in the parade. And here we are. I mean, it's pretty cool. So start early and keep that little stoke that little fire that all the students and kids have out there to inspire. And we try to do that with my own daughter. I mean, she's an artist, and so we try every opportunity we can, everything that she wants to try or explore or be a part of. We always try to do that. So that's awesome. I love hearing that. Let's see. Ginny, one of my sisters posted on here. It's great. Garrett wants to know, how do you become a ninja? I have no idea, but that's that's a really cool one. How do you become a ninja? I love that. Let's see. There's some really funny ones on here. What is it like traveling all over the place? Matt Bennett wrote that one. Is it tiring? He also wrote, is it tiring? I wouldn't say it's tiring. If I was complaining about being tired doing what I do, then I'm not doing the right thing. You know what I mean? But I love traveling. I mean, I'm in Portland. It's not really anything, where I'm staying isn't anything special, but I love the traveling aspect, seeing new places, we're going to go to downtown Portland today. We're up here to record the show for Solar World. So we're doing the show on how to make solar panels. And so we're going out to, I want to say Hillsboro, which is on the other side of Portland. And I've never been there before. I've never seen that side of Portland. I love traveling. I love getting to go to all the places. I should probably stop because I feel like I'm bragging about that. I love that. I love it. It's so much fun. And the camaraderie you get. I hear this with athletes all the time, that athletes talk about, when you go on the road, obviously you miss family. I mean, that is, hands down. You miss your kids, your wife. I mean, you miss the family. But I love the traveling aspect of it and the camaraderie you have with the crew. All right, let's see. Emma Biedebender. I hope I said that correctly. In fact, all her three sons wrote, or three kids rather, wrote questions on here. Thank you very much. I'm not going to go through each one of them because I know there's a long email. But thank you guys so much. I appreciate that. I love your questions. Clouds. One on here is about clouds. Whew. I did a project back in 6th grade that I did not do very well for. So JC, thank you so much for bringing up 6th grade. No, that's very cool. And let's see. Let's see if there's the last one. Hey, Lizzie. Lizzie is one of our super fans. Lizzie is always commenting, always posting, always out at any event that we're in Southern California. She's out at. She's always there. And she asked, "What are you curious about?" And a good question, Lizzie. I really, every time I'm curious about something, I'll just sit back and I'll think, that sounds, would that be a fun show? And I'll go and hit our database and I'll see that 10 other people already wrote that quest letter. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's pretty cool. What about this? And 5 other people have written that quest letter. So it's kind of cool because the things I'm curious about, you guys are too. And I love that. So we end up doing a lot of things that I want to do. Solar panels. Oh my gosh. I've been wanting to do this show for a while. But many of the manufacturers are outside the country right now. So this is kind of cool that we get to do this. This is something I've been curious about, and so have you guys. And the last thing is, how does it feel knowing millions watch your show? What's it like watching yourself on TV? Do you watch them on TV before they air, or both? We usually spend a lot of time editing the shows. So when I say we, I'm talking, Brad, the editor, Melissa, producer, me. We're going through it, editing a lot. So by the time we get down to the finished product, I've seen it a few times. And so every now and then I'll catch it on television. It's kind of cool and embarrassing when I'm out at a place or with a family or friend, and all of a sudden Curiosity Quest pops up on TV. That's embarrassing, but cool at the same time. Don't get me wrong. And then knowing that people watch the show, it gives me a great feeling. I've never done anything to for fame. You know what I mean? It's cool when people recognize you. That's really cool. I've said that many times before. But I get kids asking me all the time when I do assemblies at schools. They said, "What's it like being famous?" And I always try to stop them at that word famous, because bad people are famous, and I point that out. That in fact, many of us can name bad people who are famous. Fame isn't what people should be focusing on. I always tell kids that you focus on impact. Like, what are you doing to make a difference? What are you doing to be the difference? How are you making a difference in the world? So for me, when I hear that 4-year-olds are inspired to do something, or that adults come up to me and say that, "Oh wow, we learned so much, and your show is such a great show that the entire family can enjoy," that is what just makes me just it just excites me and motivates me to continue to want to do these wonderful shows. So thank you guys so much. And let's see, I'm just going to point to somebody. As I said, I'd give you a Curiosity Quest hat. And the hat is going to Melissa Fernandez. So Melissa Fernandez, who's 4-year-old I'm not kidding. I just pointed. It wasn't random. I pointed. But the 4-year-old son, so Melissa will be sending you guys a Curiosity Quest hat. So thank you very much. And for the rest of you, make sure you send us your address. Email us your address at cq@curiosityquest.org so that we can send you the Curiosity Quest sticker that was promised for all of you that posted on here. All right. So their assignment this week. All right, so I'm going to give you an assignment here. I want to know from you. I was asked this question recently, and I loved it. And I'll wait to answer it next week because I want to hear from you. If you had any superhero powers in the world, I'm curious. Any superhero powers in the world, what powers would you want and why? So post below. Let us hear from you. If you have not already, make sure you subscribe to the blog. That's the only way you're going to get these directly. And subscribe to YouTube as well, because we're recording a show, so we post behind the scenes stuff on YouTube on how we do Curiosity Quest. So make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, and of course like us on Facebook. And again, if you're a kid watching this, make sure your parents know about all that. All right, so let us hear from you. And as always, I want to know what you're curious about. Take care, guys. Thank you. Bye.